open up. You OPN, bitch, you won't BBM. We should be closer friends.
What is up, you guys? It is your girl Bianca here today, back with another amazing video for you guys. If you are new to my channel, please don't make it your last. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit that like button, that notification bell, so you can stay in tune to all of my great videos. And thank you guys for subscribing. To all of my returning subscribers, don't kill me, guys. I know it's been a while, but I have valid reasons. I'm gonna try to get into it, but not to be too detailed. Around, I want to say April, I started feeling this pain, and I didn't know where it was coming from, or what was going on. And I definitely was not going to nobody's hospital with the corona, so I just been in pain, you guys, and it's been hard to record. I believe in my how I manifested peace video, that's when it started happening, and then I try to push through all of the videos after that, but it got worse and so forth. So I've been absent because I just been dealing with some things. So sorry, but health comes first, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. So I feel better these days, which is why I'm trying to get back out and record. Literally everything stems from having a child, so I have not been the fortunate person that can just have that child and just go about his or her day. I've actually been faced with some things, and I'm trying to deal with it, and it's a lot of work. So, and especially being a single parent, it's just even harder. But that leads me to go right on to my video today that I want to talk about, which is effective co-parenting. So I have been kicking ass at this single parent and co-parenting thing, that I wanted to get on here and just share some of my tips and my advice and my skills that I have utilized that has been successful for me. And I want to share with you guys because in my line of work, I do see a lot of this, and I am very appreciative to be on the outside looking in on parents trying to co-parent and failing miserably, terribly, just horribly, just really bad. And it has helped me a lot to know what to do and what not to do for my child being a single parent. So I just want to start off by saying communication. If you are not able to effectively communicate with your partner, it is not going to work. And I want to say that even if you're in a healthy relationship, it is still beneficial for you both to know how to effective communicate and to have effective co-parenting skills, because I may think different from you and you may think different from me, obviously. So we're both going to be trying to parent this child when we have two different mindsets, and you may not agree with something and I may not agree with something. So be very mindful of how you guys are communicating. And I also don't care what you say. When you have a baby, there's always going to be one parent that is going to do more, and there's one parent that's going to do less. Regardless if you're in a healthy relationship, I would be amazed to see a dad or mom that is both 50-50. I see it a lot. I'm not trying to throw you guys under the bus, men, but there are times where you see dad sleeping and mom up breastfeeding. Now, I don't care if I'm up, you're up with me. If I'm up breastfeeding, you're up cleaning the tubes. We're taking turns in this, and we're both co-parenting together, and we're both doing it together. When my child was just a little newborn, it was hard for me to feed him, make the bottle while he's crying, hold him in my hand. So his dad was there at that time, and I'm like, make the bottle, and I'm trying to soothe him and stop him from crying. So it's I hear some people say, you know, like, we'll take nights. Sometimes it's not possible to take nights because sometimes you need daddy to be right there helping you every step of the way. But effective communication, you guys, you cannot go wrong with learning. And I want to say that this has to happen prior to having a child, right? So we need to be able to understand our partner so that when we have that new baby, we're able to successfully have a communication with that partner. So you know how that partner is going to react to certain things, right? So you know it's how you say it, right? So you're not going to say, oh, make that bottle. You go make that bottle. What are you doing? You make, you know, those are trigger. The way you come out and say things are the response that you're going to get. And mommies, you're going to be very, not everyone, but you know, they say the first time you have a kid, that's the time where you're really more anxious, and the second time you have a child, that's when you get to relax because and enjoy your baby because you're gonna know everything by now. So it's the way you deliver the information so that the person can receive the information correctly, you guys. Communication is key. I have seen people in 10-year relationships and they cannot communicate, you know, and it's only hurting the child, you guys. So if you remember that what you are doing is affecting the baby and whatever, you guys hate each other, you guys can really rip each other's heads off, but not in front of the kid. Not in front of the baby. Please don't do it in front of the baby. We may think that babies don't see, hear, but they process everything and they internalize it and they remember everything. So we want this child to have a healthy relationship when they grow up. So please watch how you speak to one another. You know, the child is understanding, processing, and internalizing these things. So effective communication, you guys, it's always going to be key. It's always going to be number one. We need to do this every day throughout life with everyone we encounter. So please, effective communication. I cannot stress this enough. So just to give you an example, like, I know how my child father is, so I know the things that's going to trigger him. I know what to say, how to say it, what not to say it, what's going to get him upset, you know. And as a new dad, he's still learning these things. And, you know, guys, they need to learn slower than us, unfortunately. So this leads me on to my next point, is when I always talked about this in my previous videos, is meet people where they're at. And I cannot strongly emphasize this, because we are in a working partnership relationship. Like, we are partners, and I'm here, you're here, I'm here. So we need to learn to meet people where they're at. They may not understand something, and unfortunately, that's your job to teach them how to. And I say that to say, yes, there were so many things I had to teach my child's father, and I had to meet him on his level where he's at, because he's new, he doesn't understand, you know. So you have to help them, you know. Unfortunately, you know, you feel like the dad should have knew this already. Well, then you should have gotten another child to have a baby by, because at the end of the day, now it's your responsibility to make sure that he knows what he's doing so that he can properly take care of your child. So you have to take care of 2 kids. I'm being funny, but yeah, you have to meet people where they're at, unfortunately. And it's only going to make that person stronger and make your relationship stronger. I hate when I hear people who say, I'm stuck with you for 18 years. Well, guess what? You're stuck with a lot of family for 18 years or whatever, you know. We're a family now. We're a unit. We've made us child that made us a family. So now we have to teach this child, you know. We had to become one, you know. I don't always like my family. Yeah, when I when I don't want to be bothered, yeah, I go over there, you know, I go, and my family will go over there. But guess what? We're always going to come back to one another. So you got to understand, you guys are a family now. So stop thinking it as like, oh, I'm stuck with you for 18 years. No, you guys are a family. You guys have created something so beautiful. When I look at my son, I'm saying to myself, you're just so amazing. I want your father to be able to experience all of this with you. I want to share that love. I want to share it with you. You know, it's some dads that just don't want to be a part. You know, what can we do when we have those dads that just don't want to be a part? I'm grateful that my child father is not like that. He wants to be involved. So when you have that motivation of wanting, then you have the ability to teach. So if you know that you have that ability to teach, then you go ahead and teach. Unfortunately, guys, it's not an ideal situation, and it's not something that we want to go through. And I definitely did not picture this for my life, but we can't question things, and if I can do it, you can do it. You know, and I wish this video can go viral, because it's so important, you guys, to understand, to have a healthy relationship for your child, you need to have a healthy relationship with your partner. There's no way I could effectively communicate with someone and you can't. Despite whatever is going on, I mean, if the situation is, you know, worse, like domestic violence, then, you know, it's a little different. But if you have a partner or an ex or whatever, you can, and you guys are trying to work together, you can do it. I can do it. Understand that. So meet people where they're at, you guys. Meet people where they're at. I cannot stress it enough. It is so important, because you're never going to be on the same exact level as someone. You know, you're never going to be able to effective communicate with someone if you don't meet them where they're at. We need both of our parents. It's so important to break that stigma that we have in life. And you already know what we're going through in today's times, where a young boy needs their father. I literally see people together for 10 plus years and they can't even communicate with each other effectively, to the point where their child is repeating the words that they're saying because they're overhearing you talk about their father. For what? You know, like, why are you belittling this man when he is going to have to teach your son not to belittle a woman? You know, it's so important, you guys, to know that you cannot have an effective co-parent if you're not having a healthy relationship. So guys, again, I cannot stress this enough. Meet people where they're at. Understand their language. Understand their mindset. Understand that we're two different people. We think differently, but I'm going to help you and you're going to help me. We're going to have a healthy baby so that our kid can grow into this world and our kid can know what to do, what not to do, be a millionaire, make us millionaires, you know, put money into our pocket. When I say a kid needs both of their parents, they do. They need their mom, they need their dad. Dads are the protectors, the providers, and moms are the nurturers and the caregivers. With that combined, you have a perfect match where you both are having a successful relationship. So guys, please meet them where they're at. Meet your partner where they're at. Meet your partner where they're at. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. And the last step that I want to just talk about is love. Love is so powerful, you guys. You're never going to know how you really love your child until you have one. So make sure that you guys are enjoying that time together. Even if me and my child's father are not together, we will do things together as a family. We will go places together as a family. We will embody, we will literally put on that title as a family. There's no reason why there should be oh, you take him this day and I take him that day, and they're doing things differently with other family members and other girlfriends and boyfriends. For what? When you have a family, work with each other. It frustrates me so much because I see it all the time at work, and it's just like, get over yourselves. You could hate this person so much, but at the end of the day, your child is the one who needs to see it. Your child is the one who's learning from it. Your child is the one who's going to be asked in class, oh, what are you going to do as a family? You know, he's going to have to, or he or she's going to have the one to draw a family picture. These things that your child is going to have. You need to think of your child. Don't think of yourself. You put yourself in this situation. I put myself in this situation. Find your way out of it. You know, I hope that this video touched you guys, because there's so much to it, and it takes a strong person, because even if you're in a relationship and you're not single, you are still going through what I'm going through, you know. So at the end of the day, you need to learn these skills. You need to meet your partner where they're at, so that you guys can overcome whatever you may be experiencing at this time, so that you guys can have an successful relationship for your child. Okay. Like I said, I see this all the time, and it frustrates me so much to the core, because only the child is being affected in this situation. They're internalizing it. They may experience trauma from it. They exhibit these things in the future. You may not think they're listening, but they are. You may not think they don't understand, but they do. So guys, please make sure you have a successful relationship with your partner. Okay, learn who your partner is, learn their likes, learn their do not likes, and learn all of that. Learn who you're with. You know, we need to stop this stigma. We need to stop what's going on in this world, where we have 10 plus years marriage and then all of a sudden we can't do it anymore. We need to stop that. We need to understand that you can do it. Who I may be now may not be who I'm going to be in 10 years. You grow with people. Oh, excuse me. Even if you don't grow with them, even if you don't grow with them, just know that they're growing. So if they're growing, you know you need to be growing, you know. Make sure it never stops. The cycle never stops. Nothing ever changes. I cannot stress this enough. Nothing ever changes. When I say nothing ever changes, I mean when I say that, I mean that things are going to always change. So nothing will, like, I'm probably, because I'm confusing myself, so I may be confusing you guys. When I say that, I mean that this is the way it is. You have to be comfortable with change. You have to be comfortable with growth, because it's going to always happen. It's a cycle. This is what it is. You cannot be the same person. If you want success in your life, in your future, in your child's future, you have to continue to grow with them. You have to educate yourself to educate your kids. You can't just be like, oh, I had a kid and I'm just going to chill. No, because what you don't know, they're going to ask you. And I tell my son's father all the time, okay? You have to grow with them. You have to grow with them. And you have to learn that this is a phase. This is a process. This is a transition. How are you handling this transition? How are you providing this information out there to your kid? Please make sure that you are exhibiting understanding this information so you could exhibit it. And I know it's hard, you guys. It's not easy. It's really not easy, but you have to think of the child. I have people that are fighting back and forth and back and forth, and you won't believe the stories that people are doing to these kids. And all you need to do is protect these kids, ensure that they're safe, ensure that they have their basic needs met so that they can grow up and have a proper health. Let's break the stigma, you guys. As you can see, I'm strongly passionate about this because I see it every day. Every day we have so many people that can't work together because they don't know how to communicate. They don't know what to say, what not to say, how to say it, what's an argument, what's not an argument, what's needed, what's not needed. You know, guys, please, we can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Take 2 steps back. If you need to inhale about before you say something, you know, if you literally need to say, oh, like, let's sit down. Like, seriously, let's sit down. Let's have a break. Let's have a dinner, just you and I, both mom and dad, and explain, like, I want you to be here. I want you to be a part of this process. How can I help you? What does that look like for you? What do we need to do? These are things, it's open questions, you know, open questions, straightforward questions. I'm here, I'm willing, are you? You know, it takes one thing. So guys, I really do hope you learn how to have a successful co-parenting relationship. I know this is probably not going to be my last video on this, because we're gonna grow and there's gonna be some information that wasn't said that's going to be needed to be said. So please stay tuned for the next videos that's coming. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. I know it's been a minute. Thank you guys for bearing with me. If this is your first time here, don't make it your last. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like up button, that notification bell, all of that stuff, so you can stay in tune to all my great videos. If you have any comments, feel free to leave it down below. Please, I'm more than happy to help you guys get through this process. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.